Maduro from Venezuela can go free. Protesters are legal here in the United States, folks. Before I begin, don't forget, please subscribe and hit that like button. I don't understand why people are so lazy that they can't hit that like button and leave a comment. Folks, I want to begin with Nicolas Maduro. I got a little, what do you want to call it? There's my buddy Agent Orange. I want to talk a little bit first about, why I think Nicolas Maduro can go free. I'm going to show you proof. I'm going to show you examples of how he can, okay? We all know he's a dictator, how he became a dictator. He didn't become a dictator because he was stupid and weak. No, he became a dictator because he was strong and smart in what his ideas are, although they're quite different than everybody else. Good morning, Candy and Donna. Thank you so much for joining me here this morning, and everybody else, okay? Folks, hit that subscribe button, all right? Now, Ashley Banfield. Do you all know who Ashley Banfield is? Ashley Banfield has a show on News Nation, and she has a YouTube channel. And for some reason, she's not doing her research properly. And News Nation, and whoever works for her there, the producers, are not doing their research. First of all, she brings on a former Bonanno guy that was an informant, like he's the expertise at NBC Brooklyn. All right, he was there, I was there, a lot, thousands, millions of people have been there, okay? No big deal. But they're saying that they put Nicolas Maduro at the same place they put Diddy, on the 4th floor, 4 North. No way. No way. This guy is you understand how big he is? Okay? No. Me, I did a little research. Thank God I got some connections. And I have a connection to a prison guard. So I'm going to show you my text. Folks, I'm wearing a jacket because it's only 44 degrees here, okay? I talked to somebody in Staten Island yesterday. It was 68 while it was 44 here. I can't figure the weather out, okay? So I wrote to her and I asked, all right, the prison guard, where do they have Nicolas Maduro? All right? She wrote back, he's in K-84 in a terrorist unit. I wrote back, by himself. She wrote back, no, with others. It's right here, folks. All right? I wrote back, other terrorists. She said, yes. And then she wrote, that's it. I don't want to type on this phone. So then we had a conversation after that there. Okay? Because this is privileged information. I can't tell you who she is, but I show you the text. So I come with receipts, folks. All right? So I can't understand why Ashley Banfield keeps using this guy, because he's a known woman beater, and it's all over social media that he is. So I'm very surprised at that there. All right? Now, why do I think, what does our government really want from Nicolas Maduro? All right? You think we just want to put him in jail for the rest of his life? No. Okay? Not at all. First of all, Nicolas Maduro has a lot of money someplace. All right? But more important than the money, and remember, money is very important, okay? But more important is the information that he has. Remember, he was a dictator. Mr. Tensei, you're 24 years old, all right? I will do a show sometime and give you youngsters some good advice that could help you out. Okay, but I can't do that today. So now, where was I? See, I lost my thought because I wanted to answer that comment there, folks. What do they really want? Remember, he's a dictator of a country. And he was close with other dictators like China, Russia, other countries. He has a lot of information. What people don't realize, China and Russia would like to take over the United States. And they might have had a plan in motion to do that there. And maybe Nicolas Maduro knows that plan. But he knows some information. Because when I saw him do that perp walk, and when he was in court taking notes, this guy was the calmest guy I've ever seen, okay? This guy, remember, he come from his home, a luxury home. They took him out at nighttime, and then there he is, chained and shackled in MDC, Brooklyn, and he's calm as hell. Why is he so calm? Because he knows what he has. Now, I want to give you some examples of how our Department of Justice and our government works. I've seen it firsthand. When I was locked up in MDC, Brooklyn, I remember one day they brought a guy in. We were in the courthouse in Brooklyn. Me and my co-defendants, 14 of us. And they flew in, they captured a guy, and I think they captured him in Brazil. He was having facial surgery, changing his face. His name is Ramirez Abada, all right? Chupada, all right? If you Google lollipop drug dealer, you will find him. A lot of stuff on him. Big drug dealer from Colombia. Had several murders here in the United States, particularly in the New York area. Major drug dealer. He had over $2 billion in cash. He was represented by Chagall. Now, I'll never forget the day when, after court, after his arraignment, he came on the bus with us. And he saw us, me and my 14 co-defendants, and he gave us the respect sign, okay? He knew who we were. He was in a different unit than I was, but other people, you know everything that's going on in MDC, no matter what unit you're on, the word gets around, trust me, okay? And this guy had a lot of money. I remember when we were in the discovery room, which was in the visiting room, all right? He'd be there every single day. Chagall would have girls come to say they were paralegals. They weren't paralegal. They'd buy him all the food he wanted from the machines that you could buy, sandwiches, cookies, candy, whatever you wanted, all right? And they'd have him in a little room. He'd be in the back, and these girls would be around him. We saw Chagall visiting him. So this is all fact. This guy paid everybody, have his cell cleaned, do this, do that, okay? When you got money, you could do anything you want in prison. Then this guy became an informant. But how he did it, all right, was the government assisted him. Chagall made a visit to Colombia, visit his family, and visit some other guys. And these people put some cocaine on a boat. Chupada gave each family $2 million each. $2 million in Colombia. I don't know what happened, folks. My phone just froze up. I don't know what happened, folks. My phone just froze up. Okay? Sorry about that there. So, as I was saying, they put these two guys on a boat, okay? And then he informs on them. These guys get like 10 years each. Now he's eligible for the WITSEC program. When I left, when they transferred me out of NBC after my conviction, he was up to $500 million he was giving our government. And no, Sheridan, wasn't your internet? I don't know, maybe mine. I got Spectrum and they're driving me crazy, okay? So I apologize, folks. It's nothing I can do. But I am going out to buy a new computer today, okay? So I'm going to come to you a little different. I need a new computer so I can do my show and do more things here. So that'll be coming, folks. But anyways, time went on, and then Chupada, his case is over, and he disappears. The FBI come and get him. He's gone. Nowhere in the prison system is he. Nowhere. When's the next time you hear about him? The next time he comes out is when they captured El Chapo Guzman from Mexico. No sound now, Donna? When they captured El Chapo, he was a major informant against them. Yeah. That's how they do it, folks. Okay? Out of that $2 billion, I think they might have let him have $5 billion. Okay? He's living somewhere in Florida. Okay? But you can check it out, folks. It's all on Google. See it. I told you. All right, just put in lollipop drug dealer, and he comes right up. Okay? Donna, it's got to be your phone. Other people hearing me? Leave a comment. Let me know if you're hearing me. Okay? Lisa, are you? Sheridan, are you hearing me? Let me know, folks. Okay, great. Okay, other people could hear me. Sheridan, it's got to be, all right, got to be your phone. Something going on. Okay, so people are hearing me. That's good. All right, folks, so that's Abada, all right? Ramirez Abada Chupada, his name. His face was all scarred up. Should have seen it, folks. Because they got him while they were doing the surgery to change his looks. All right? He's living free. He had money and he had information they wanted. Okay? They didn't care about the number of people that he unalived. It didn't make a difference to our government. They don't care about that. As you can see with all the other rats who are ratting people out who killed 15, 20 people. Okay? Another guy, okay? Another guy called the Rabbit. I don't know his real name. All right, another drug dealer. $750 million he had. He was also an informant against El Chapo. He's living someplace in this country. All right, they let him keep a few million of his money. Okay, our government just wants money, 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 and more money. Okay, we see it all the time. So I wanted to share that with you this morning, folks. Please subscribe, like, share. Okay. Maybe I came on too early today because we don't have as many people as we normally get here. Okay? Rebooting. How do I reboot? Okay, is this helping out? Okay, Yuli, you could hear me, you could see me, everything. Okay. Had no idea what's going on this morning. Okay? Thank you, you heard it. Okay, let's get to these protests, okay, in Minneapolis. Folks, are we going to have a civil war? We possibly could. I think we're long overdue for a civil war in this country, and we just might be having it coming soon. They're protesting not only in Minneapolis, they got them here in Los Angeles, Philadelphia, New York, they got them across the country today. People are very upset, and they have a right to be upset, okay? Because that girl should still be alive today. Pamela Good, she should still be alive. And I got a dear friend that argues with me that she was wrong. Okay, folks? They're going to do an investigation. Let's find out who was wrong, who was right. Are they going to do are they going to do a proper investigation? Are they going to tell us the truth? I doubt it. Our government does not tell us the truth on anything. Don't think they do. Where do they tell us the truth? We got Christine Noma. She's on TV every 3 minutes with an advertisement. Oh, telling you, if you're an illegal immigrant, turn yourself in. If not, okay, you'll never have a chance to come here and you'll be incarcerated. Do you know, folks, why do Trump have his people promoting his agenda constantly on our TVs? You know who pays that? It's advertising. You know who pays for that? You do. All of us who pay taxes. You know what? If they spent more time, if they weren't spending their time on television and they were actually working and doing things for the people, I'd be happy. But let's get back to this girl, okay? All right, the left says one thing, the right says another thing. I'm not going to get in an argument with nobody of who's right or who's wrong, okay? But this thing, all right, there's thousands of protesters. And look, it's okay to protest. It's legal to protest. We have people from England here, Ireland, all over the world today. All right, people are starting to come. It's legal. What's not legal, when they start going into the hotels where the ICE agents are, they're breaking things, trying to scare the ICE agents, keep them awake, all right, so they can't function and so forth. That's wrong. That's wrong. They shouldn't be doing that. All right, you want to protest? Protest peacefully. It's the same message. But like anything, there's, they got thousands. It's just a small group of protesters that are breaking things, breaking windows, and doing those things, okay? Yes, I love black people, okay? Now, of course, everybody knows that. Okay? So, now, Trump is sending another 1,000 ICE agents into Minneapolis. That, I feel, is wrong. He's already got 2,000. Now there's going to be 3,000. All right? Overall, Nigel, I've been around more blacks than you probably have. Okay? Trust me. All right? Ask any blood. Ask any Crip. All right? They're my friends. You have no idea. All right? So why are you making this racial? Okay? I don't know who you are, Nigel. All right? But get your act right. Be respectful. Otherwise, get out of here. Okay? So, folks, Trump is putting fire on fire over here by sending another 1,000 troops. All right? Yeah, when I see him again, now he's gone, maybe. Okay? Please, the blood is... I don't know. Thank you, Cosmetic Mail. Thank you for that there. Okay? Folks, if you haven't liked, if you haven't shared, and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? You're not going to go anywhere else and get true facts, honest. I only come here and tell you the truth. If I lied like a lot of other people do, okay, I'd have 1 million followers. I'm not going to come here and lie, all right? Yes, we hope to make America great again. I want to see Trump start doing things for America. I did hear something today that now he's, one of the things when he ran for office was to cap the interest rate on credit cards. Well, I don't have any credit cards, so it doesn't make a difference. Thank you, Miss Happy, for subscribing. Okay, I appreciate it. So, folks, these protests are getting out of hand. Seriously. It's just, why is it always Minneapolis? And now here's another thing. The mayor of Minneapolis seems like he's out of his mind or something. Okay? Yeah, Russia's still dropping missiles in Ukraine. There's not going to be peace there. Trump is not going to get peace with Putin. All right? I don't see it happening. Putin wants Ukraine. If he takes Ukraine, he can go in and start taking other countries all around it. That's what he wants. And now here's Trump, he wants to take over Greenland. Why? Why are we taking over other countries? Can't he concentrate here? Make America great again? That's what he says. Make America great again. But here he is taking over other countries. All right? So, there comes a time when we have enough. All right? Come on. I did vote for Trump. I support him. I support in the things that he said that he would do for us. I do not support him in the thing that he is not doing for us. You understand the difference? Look at Greenland's not a place was ever on my bucket list that I want to go. So whatever it is, it is. I don't know. I don't know what they got there. They want to put a base there. Okay, we got bases all over the world. Why do we got to take over a country to put a base there? Okay? We got bases in Germany. We didn't take Germany over. We got bases in Italy. We didn't take Italy over. We got bases in Qatar and other places. We didn't take those countries over. Why do we got to take the country over to put a military base? Okay? I'm not that well versed in that area. I can't tell you. Okay? But, I didn't come here to talk about Greenland today. All right? I wanted to come here, share the information with you folks about these protests and about Nicolas Maduro. I think I've done that there. You watch and see, the day will come that we will no longer hear about Maduro. Our government will get his money. They'll make a deal with him, and he'll probably live in a nice home on the ocean in Miami. All right? That's where they seem to put a lot of these people, down in Miami for some reason. I was in the Army, folks. Where did I rob this music? I didn't rob it. Folks, you want to know about things I robbed? I used to rob jewelry from jewelry stores, okay? Yeah, I did. You know one thing me and my partners never stole? Was artwork, okay? We would never steal artwork because it's the most difficult thing to sell. You only steal it if you have a buyer for something, okay? So when you see these robberies in museums and different artwork, those people normally have a buyer already who will buy that there, and that's why they go for it. All right, Boo Boo, you're a gangster, Boo Boo. We got somebody with the name Boo Boo, okay? Who can make up a name Boo Boo? All right, how stupid could you be? All right, my theory, it's a good question. How do I feel about immigration? I feel that if people come to this country legally, do the legal thing, no problem. And everybody thinks Christine Noem's in charge of all this, her and that Tolman guy. They think they're not in charge. I guarantee you it's Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller. You don't see him much, but he's there. He and Trump are glued to the hip for some reason, and I don't know why. All right? Anybody know why? Please, leave me a comment. All right? Let me know. And you know what? I'd like you all to do me another favor today. All right? I want to tell you about you all so wonderful. When I told you I was looking for a lady, a companion, okay, somebody I could see once, twice a week, okay, have lunch, dinner, make a little bit of love, and then she goes home, okay? And the response from you folks with the comments was overwhelming. I got a lot of women right from here, okay? On TikTok, oh my God, on TikTok I must have 100 women asking me out. It's too much for me. I gotta be honest. But, help me out and tell me, all right? What do I want to pay her? I don't want to pay her. What do I gotta pay for? Okay? Yeah, senior citizen. Maybe I'll go to a senior citizen home, find somebody. Who knows, folks? Look, life is great. You know, I'm a happy guy. And things are going well in my life. All right? And I live in Beverly Hills, California, for all you ladies who want to know where I'm at. So we got any gals, California. I'm looking for a sexy, sensual, classy, beautiful lady. All right? Sexy, sensual, classy, elegant, beautiful. All right? Well, it's not too much to ask, is it? But I don't want nobody living with me. I'm not looking for marriage. I'm looking for a friend, a companion. Okay? I'm going to tell you, Jimmy the Weasel, all right? I didn't know Jimmy the Weasel, folks, but if you do and study Jimmy the Weasel, all right? He was the acting boss here in Los Angeles and probably one of the best bosses they ever had. And this guy, he unalived a lot of people. He was excellent. He was an excellent boss of the family. He did the right thing when he made guys. He brought them around the country and introduced them, okay? He was well known and close with Chicago and New York, okay? So he did the right thing until he was set up and asked to go to a telephone booth, which was his thing. He'd ask you to go to your favorite telephone booth to give him a call. And he'd have guys at that phone booth that would unalive you. And when he got the call to go to a telephone booth, instead of doing that, he became an informant. Now, the right thing he should have done, knowing that somebody was out to whack him, was say agree to it at a certain time, be there before, all right, be there way before you know the person who's going to whack you gets there. And then you whack him. I don't know why he didn't do that. Huh? What politician was the biggest gangster? Folks, the biggest gangsters are the people that are in Washington, D.C., the U.S. House of Representatives. All right? Folks, have you subscribed yet? Please subscribe, like, share, okay? Yeah, me and George Washington used to go out drinking all the time. George Washington was a good friend of mine. Yeah, he had a white horse, I had a black horse. We did a lot of riding together. People are funny. Yep. I talk pony. Tell me what pony is. All right, some of these comments say. Well, folks, that's about it for today. Okay? All right? Amar, thank you so much for hitting that thanks button. Folks, you know I didn't ask for it. All right? There is a thanks button for those of you who love me, for those of you who support my channel, you could help me out by hitting that thanks button, okay? I really seriously appreciate it, and it'd be helpful, and it all go towards my computer so I could do my content much better, huh? Yes, Michael and I texted about 2 weeks ago on something. Yes, we did. Elmer, thank you for asking. Okay. Michael's a good guy. You know, look, I had my problems with him. Okay, but as men, we put it to sleep. Okay? I'm not here to badmouth nobody. Alright? Going back to what's going on in Minneapolis, I'd like to know why the Minneapolis Police Department is not anywhere near where these protesters are. I'd like to know why they're not doing anything. Is that because the mayor is telling them not to interfere, but yet the government wants to bring in the National Guard? Are they starting a civil war? Is this what Tim Watts wants? And the mayor of Minneapolis? That's not because the feds told them, all right? It's not the investigation I'm talking about, okay? The feds don't want them. It should be normally that happen in the state of Minneapolis, so it should be a state case and not a federal case. So I had to say that I think the state should be the ones who investigate it. But then again, when you look and see what Tim Watts, Ilmar Ullman, all right, and what the politicians are doing there, you could tell it's not going to be a good investigation from them either. They just robbed billions and billions of dollars with these care centers with no kids there. Oh boy, that's a whole nother subject for another time. Folks, all right? You have a blessed day. All right, I hope it warms up. It's supposed to warm up here next week. So, thank you, folks. All my love and respect. Have a great weekend. Take care.